Alright guys, so today on Done Right by Dad Productions, we're going to be talking 70's 20 horse Mercury 2-stroke. This thing runs flawlessly. I'll give you guys a video there of it running. Then the issue is you're driving along for half an hour, flying along, and all of a sudden, bleh, she dies. Okay, you pull the choke, she'll make some noise, pull it again, choke off, run for a second, blah 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 blah. But there's gas coming dripping out of the carburetor because it's getting flooded. Okay, it's got gas, it's got spark. What could be the issue, right? Well, just because you get gas doesn't mean it's feeding it gas. It's not pumping it gas, right? So if you sit there and you pulse on the ball, it'll run and drive forever, as long as you keep pulsing on it. So it's a little pulsar pump on the side of the carburetor. We're gonna dive into that today, show you guys how to pop that off, rebuild that. Let's get going on this thing. First thing we're gonna wanna do is we're gonna unlatch it. Then we're gonna have to take this cover off here so we can get the carburetor behind it. I believe these are 13s and 11 mil underneath here. 2 underneath here, 2 here, 1 back here, and this lid can come off. I'll get me some tools here. All right, guys, so we're going to do these two, which are a 13 mil. Yes, 13. Yes. We're going to undo this one and that one. And then you're going to come to the back of the motor, spark plugs, and we're going to undo that one. I'm going to come off. All right, guys, bam, we're in there. All right, so first, we pull this guy back, butterfly, pop that out, the housing. And then we're gonna undo this nut so we can get rid of this line. We're gonna take the fuel line off. And then we're gonna take that bolt and that bolt out, and then carefully wiggle this thing off, not to destroy that gasket back there. And get this thing out, get her on the bench. All right, I think that's like a 10 or an 11. Look. Okay, so we got this guy loose. And always a good rule of thumb, at least when I'm doing stuff, this thing's spring loaded. Cautious for a spring coming out. Should be on the threaded end. Right? But put your bolts back. That way you can't lose them. You know where they go. If you put it back together and well, there's nothing on there. What's supposed to be on there? Good recognition. Okay, that's off. These guys off. And then we got this throttle linkage, which should just slide right up once this carburetor comes off, by the looks of it. Come on, get out of there. I'm gonna drop that. I need my other hand in there. Ooh, don't lose it. Now we're gonna have a chance to dig into the carb and clean everything. Okay, this should just slide off. That should just slide out. Yep. Gasket looks good. Carburetor's pretty dirty. Yeah, right there. Stay. Okay, carburetor's out. I'm gonna do a little greasing here, you know, put a little grease here, put a little grease there, just because you're underneath here now. Everything else looks good. But I'm not joking, guys. With this big wing on here, I could put my whole family in here, load it up full of gear, 12 foot. And on the GPS yesterday, she was pulling 19 knots. So it was ripping pretty good with all of us in it. But let's get back to that carburetor. So I need a flatty. 1, 2, 3, though, it's gonna come off. Oh, that's what it's there for. A dump, whatever. And then we're gonna take this guy off. We're gonna get into the float bowls, clean out all the jets, pull those out, clean them. All right, let's get on it here. Oh, don't lose it. All right, guys, so before you get into any kind of carburetor, before you start opening it up, getting it all in there and getting your hands all over everything, do yourself a favor, get some carb clean, or brake clean, spray it, blow it off, get all those granules. You don't want that crap back in your carburetor. You don't want that. It's counterproductive. Ooh, sorry, I got a bit of heartburn. Anyway, this is a 11 mil for the float. We're gonna leave that on because we're gonna be putting this thing down and whatnot. This square box here where your fuel comes in, this is your pulsar pump. This is the issue why I wasn't getting fuel. Gotta replace a little tiny rubber diaphragms in there, if you will, I guess. Diaphragms would be the correct terminology. Anyway, let's get into her here. Be gentle with these. Again, always, like I always say in all my videos, be gentle. You can't just go to the store and buy these parts no more. You gotta hunt for them. So once you got them, don't break them. Don't lose them like I have. Ugh, lost my tiller handle, my rubber handle part. Threw that down in the boat one day. I was messing around with something that wasn't turning. And I left it in there, and of course, I was lost. And then I was in a rush one day working on it. Took that Mercury front cover off. Left it on the back of my truck. Jumped in the truck, gone. She's gone. Do it again. Anywho, so these are coming out now. Oh, yeah, there's the good stuff. There's the good stuff. I want that. This one looks like it's going to be 2 plates thick. Yep. And just take them off and lay them down just as they go on, and you can't get it too messed up, right? Ooh, there we go. So there we are. That's our first piece, which looks like it's that one. And a rubber, that looks of it. Yep, be that one. And there's a rubber one underneath that. So we want that one. And we want this guy. Come on. Keep coming. Keep coming. There we go. That one. I'm looking down in here. I'm seeing some corrosion. So before we go any further, cleaning that up. All right. Let me clean that. All right. Now we're gonna find our gaskets that match these two. And put those back on. Look at all these lovely pieces they give you. So many. It's a nice rubber. This one is This one. Yes. And this one. And this one. Correct? Or do I have that backwards? I have it backwards. Like so. Okay. So that went on first. And it has these little dowel pins here and up here. And set those down on those little dowels. Those are alignment pins. Hold all these gaskets together in place nicely. Okay, so that went down first. And this cool membrane thing went on top. I don't know what that material is, but it feels pretty cool. Okay. That's that part dealt with. Now, this plate will go back on top of that. Woo! These are pry points right there. Put your flathead in there. Just give it a twist. And there's your top diaphragm. Okay, so it's two pieces. It's that thin little diaphragm, right? There's this one, and then you got your gasket. Ooh, ooh yeah, right on. That one didn't want to let go. So now I didn't want to let go. This is aluminum. I wouldn't suggest using a wire wheel. This is what you want to use, guys. So these guys, these are like little rubber wheels, and they're for sanding these guys, but it won't hurt the aluminum. All right, guys, save you the video of me cleaning that up, but that's how she turns out. Ooh, what am I doing? See that? Pretty good. Super clean. No gasket material left anywhere. Okay. So, it was this guy first. Obviously put the hole with the hole. Line up the dowel pins, drop that on. And a good thing is these little bottom tabs, these little guys, they all have one. So just line up all your bottoms. Super easy. That. There we go. Back together. Take that. That's upside down. And this. And we put them together somehow. Gotta think of what I'm doing now. Gotta think of what I'm doing now. So now I'm a little confused. Get on there, little bastard. Oh. That's why. Completely missing a step here. That's gotta go on there, genius. And then that goes back on top of there. And bam. you have yourself a rebuilt Mercury fuel pump right there. That's all there is to it, guys. So, you don't have to take it to a shop. This is not hard stuff. It's very easy. It cost me $20 for this rebuild kit. What do you think you're gonna pay to shop? Not 20 bucks. No. It cost you a couple $100 to do this, and you just seen how easy it was. So if you like it, and I helped you out, give me a thumbs up. Give me a subscribe. Help me out. Now, jump side to side, crisscross, suck it down even. Don't walk it down sideways or anything like that. Get it down, get it snug, and then give yourself just a good snug. Don't crank on these suckers and snap them off. Don't do that. But get them good and tight. And that's gonna fix our issue. Rebuilt. Let's check out the float though. Let's go a little deeper. It's in our hands. Let's do it now. Just do it now. So let's see how dirty this is down here. Get our 11 mil. I wonder what that one was for. Because I don't got it in my kit. It must be just an optional one. Unless somebody rebuilt this carb once before and forgot to put it in. But in which case it ran great without it anyway. So, let's not even worry about that. What's it gonna look like in here? Should be clean, I think. So it'll be, come on. How many turns? Oh, it doesn't come out. It stays in there. Well, it ain't too shabby. A little bit of grunge in there. A little bit. Okay, there's your float. Take out the center pin as always. Don't want to go that way, but I should want to go that way. I'm gonna put this in my lap because I don't want this to go flying on me. Got it. This kind of stuff I need some pliers for though. My big fingers just don't fit in there. What do I got? Nails. Don't want to come out all that easy, surprisingly. I need to go get another tool. I'll be back. Alright, so I got the float out and your little valve. It'll all look good. Then you want to go down inside here, the center, and get your main jet out. Flat head. Careful, don't strip it. Get a pretty wide flat head. These narrow ones, you really got to make sure you're in the dead center of them, or you just chew it out. Catching on the side jet here. Alright. turn. Doesn't make sense. This jet should come out of here. There we go. That's your jet. And what you want to do is you just want to make sure that those little holes are clear. There's no obstructions in there. So hold them up to the light, give it a spin, look through it, make sure they're clear. Make sure you can blow through it. So jets look mint. Down in the holes look mint. Put it back together. Oh, it's because of that other one. This one right here. So then there's this top one here. It's a big needle going in, and that looks like it goes to it. Bottom's right out, so you don't got to worry about your turns or anything with this one. And that's why it wasn't coming out, it was getting caught on. There's that jet. Again, there's little tiny holes right there by my fingers. I want to be making sure those are clear. Important. Blow through it, make sure air goes through it. It's good. Now we put that back in. There we go. Drops right in there. Imagine that. And we screw it back in until that bottoms out. Then just give it a little bit, but be careful. So don't round it. Good. Okay, carb clean down this bugger. Try balls. You can see it spraying out the jets. See? That's kind of like how your fuel works. So where's the jet? There's the jet. Spraying out of there. Oh, that didn't work. See? Sprays out of those holes. Pretty good. Put that back in. Bottom that one back out. Put your float back in. First take your little tiny needle. There. Drop that in the float hole. So. This one back here. And we're going to drop our float right under these arms, right there. Put your foot down. What the heck is going on there? What's going on here? Forgot. I had to put that little guy back in. There we go. So with that little seat there, facing down, put it back in line. And then we put our guide pin back through. And that's all there is to that. All right. Come on. Okay, floats back in. As you can see, doing its thing. Put our cover back. Oh, yeah. Before we put our cover back on, clean that junk out of the inside. Junk inside a carburetor is not a good idea, ever. Even a few granules can plug your main jet up and you're out there. Not so bad for you lake guys, but for us ocean boys, you don't want to be running out of power when you're out there. You just don't. So it's got a notch there at the bottom, like that. Drop that back on. And this is another gentle scenario. Gentle with this stuff. Don't crank this thing down, man. You bend that float bowl. That's it. Reinstall the carburetor, you're done. You already see me take it off, so you know how to put it back on. Alright guys, if that helped you, like I said, give me a subscribe, give me a thumbs up. Appreciate you guys. Keep the boats rolling. And let me know if I can help you guys with anything. Shoot me questions, comments, whatever. Have a good one.
This is a YouTube channel.